I'm Reese Stein, at your leisure, at Parley's Historic Nature Park at the mouth of Parley's Canyon. It's one of the few large open spaces right here in the Salt Lake Valley, a particular favorite among off-leash dog walkers. But that may change, and soon. The 88-acre hollow is among the valley's largest and most diverse open spaces, flush with pristine springs, native vegetation, and wildlife. It boasts one of the longest natural stream corridors in the city. It has been a center of commerce and transportation since early pioneer days. Dudler's wine cellar and this 19th century sandstone aqueduct put the history in Parley's Historic Nature Park. The aqueduct, the inn, mills, even a brewery, a railroad, and early pioneer toll road made this an important crossroads of the valley's heritage. The park was created to protect those values, but in recent years, dog owners seeking large open spaces to let their pets run free have all but taken over the area.
I like it because when we're at the park, I can't have to keep her on leash and we don't just get the exercise that we need. But here we have the hills and we have the stream and I can take her off leash and we're both getting exercise. It's for me and it's for her, and here we can accomplish that.
It seems like most of the canyons along the Wasatch Front have been shut off to dogs, and there's so few remaining open spaces that we have to bring our dogs where they can experience joy and be off their leash and socialize.
And that has created conflicts. Nancy Von Allman has lived on the canyon rim for 40 years and says increased use has degraded the naturalness.
Plants have been trampled, the birds have been chased away. There is not very much nesting down here compared to what there used to be, because obviously dogs are interested in chasing wildlife, and the fact that the city has really overutilized the park and has not protected it, has not enforced protective rules.
Based on expensive studies, Salt Lake City Mayor Ralph Becker has proposed a draft management plan to deal with the conflicts. It's available at the city's website. But under Mayor Ralph Becker's proposal, off-leash dogs may be restricted to just 2 5-acre fenced-off plots and a connecting trail between. Dog owners are not amused.
That would be just really tough. It would just be like putting us at a dog park, which at a dog park with that small fenced-in area, she might get to play with some dogs, but we're not getting the physical exercise, and I think that's how it would turn out here.
Right now, there's miles that they can run and trails that they can run, and to have something fenced in and confined like that, it's different. I've been coming here for at least a decade.
How we resolve those issues is proving to be very difficult.
J.T. Martin chairs the Salt Lake City Council, which will hear from you at a public hearing December 7th, 7 p.m. at City Council Chambers. Martin says the council is leaning towards a more liberal off-leash proposal.
Dog users feel like it's too restrictive. My personal opinion is I believe that that's probably the case. What we're talking about now is that the park on the south side of Parleys Creek would be a nature preserve, that dogs would be allowed there but only on leash. And basically everything on the north side of the creek would be off leash.
Everything except the new paved bike and hike trail along the north edge of the park. It is now restricted to on-leash dogs only. Their proposed plan would also limit access to Parleys Creek to a couple of pools. The ground along the stream bank, known as the riparian zone, has been beat to bare ground, no vegetation left at all. Protecting those areas will be one of the main goals of the new management plan, and that may mean that dogs and people are restricted from much of the stream in the future.
I think that the riparian and the real close riverbank areas are not being treated consistent with our riparian ordinances.
Nancy Von Allman likes the idea of protecting the steep slope below her house.
There are springs, wetlands, very steep hillsides that dogs and young people or people should not be trampling. So we're hoping that there'll be a preserve on the south side of the stream.
But others object to any restrictions.
Even if they cut this space down to half, honestly, I think that's going to cause more problems than it will, because part of the reasons you don't have any problems with the dogs down here is there's plenty of open space for the dogs to roam.
But a total off-leash area is off the table. Some limits will happen. There are no plans to prohibit running the culvert under the belt route, but the intricate BMX jump complex may have to be cut back away from the riverbank. At 88 acres, Parley's Historic Nature Park would seem to be a large area, but with so many people wanting so much from it, that size quickly shrinks.
This is his favorite place. He just gets so excited. He knows when we're coming here.
Parley's Historic Nature Park is truly the Walden Pond for Salt Lake City, and it totally deserves protection, preservation, and restoration.
I think it would be a mistake to close it off to anything that it is right now.
Again, the public hearing Tuesday, December 7th, 7 p.m. at City Hall. Reese Stein at your leisure at Parley's Historic Nature Park.